Hello, precious ones. Cynthia Langefeld here. And today I'm here to expand on what seems on the surface to be a very simple topic. And yet it's a crucial factor to moving from unconsciousness to consciousness and beyond. So today let's talk about choice. So choice is a word that sits in two camps. Either it's highly ignored and relegated to autopilot, or it can be highly conscious and deeply respected. Many of our choices are unconscious autopilot choices. And so what do I mean by autopilot choices? In air travel, the pilot actually flips the switch to autopilot to continue doing the same thing he has done hundreds of times in the past, flying his aircraft in the same pattern he has chosen many times in advance. No judgment, no right or wrong, only a choice to continue in the same pattern and direction with a specific pre-planned trajectory. We do the same with some of our choices. Certainly not wrong, and many times a great idea. I homeschooled my children, so I taught several teenagers to drive, and I have seen the glint of daring adventure in the eyes of my teenage sons when approaching a yellow light signal. Does it mean go faster? Or does it mean stop for the expected red light to come? Choice. Everything is a choice. Many of us go into our closet each day to choose what to wear. Interestingly, we have autopiloted our first choice because we actually have a choice whether or not we even wear clothes. Choice number one, do I wear clothes? Choice number two, which clothes? Many of our choices are so completely conditioned and routine, we forget we have a choice. We choose to live within our status quo of our crafted routine, certainly not wrong, actually many times a great idea. So if we go back to our traffic example, when we're approaching an intersection with a shining red signal, we stop. Do we have a choice? Oh, yes, we do. We can stop or we can take our chances and go through the intersection pretending the light is green. And typically we stop. Why? Conditioning, routine. We have hundreds of thousands of choices each day. Clothing choices, job choices, friend choices, partner choices, decorating choices, car choices, vacation choices, even food choices. I can even have a choice to choose how I classify my choices. I can classify my choices as good or bad, and it's still my choice. Remember the old TV series Mission Impossible? Your mission if you choose to accept it. The actors chose to go through some stuff to accomplish their assignment. And in the end, they create beneficial and lasting change. And it started with the opportunity of choice. We don't know what we don't know until we do know. And even when we do know, we still have a choice. Which moves us into the area of outcome. Our preferred outcome dictates our choice. Once we have actually envisioned our preferred outcome, we are typically content with our choices. In our red light example, we envision physical safety, fewer traffic tickets, intact vehicles, and even less screaming from our passengers. So we choose to stop at the red signal. Conditioning. We choose to stay within certain self-imposed boundaries. Not wrong, just a choice. In our clothing example, we envision showing up somewhere wearing nothing. So we choose to wear clothing. Conditioning. Let's take a look at Eeyore syndrome. Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh series makes the same choices with the same despair, using the same sad voice, expecting the same sad outcome day after day. And guess what? He always achieves his outcome. It never occurs to Eeyore he can make a new choice. What is really happening here is our choice for our desired outcome. Even when we say we don't have a choice, choice is still available. When we say we don't have a choice, what we're really saying is we are okay with our expected outcome. What we are choosing is the outcome we prefer. We have envisioned our outcome with the choices we see, and we have chosen our desired outcome. When a doctor offers a particular prescription, you may think you don't have a choice, and yes, you do. You may choose to comply and gain a specific outcome, and you still have a choice. What about when we say, oh, it's my only choice? Not really. Again, we have chosen our preferred outcome. We see and believe we only have one choice to create our desired outcome. Not always true. How about when we say, well, it is the way it is. It's always been that way. It's the way I am. This is conditioning and routine through and through. We have given up our power to make a new choice. We have resigned, the word actually resigned, signed up again to stay exactly where we are. Old limiting patterns may be easy, and they are not necessarily beneficial. In this current pattern, our choice is to choose whether we like our choices. When we waffle and wait to make a choice, a non-choice is still a choice. What we're truly waiting on is envisioning our preferred outcome. Scripture puts it this way: life and death are in the power of the tongue. One or the other, death or life, still my choice and my desired outcome. It's interesting, when I visit a coffee shop and order coffee, it's either one or the other. I'm asked hot or iced. Never has a barista offered me a lukewarm option. Lukewarm is gross. Hot or cold, life or death. So let's move into the arena of our words and our body signals. Word choices. I create my outcomes with the power of my words. It is my choice. I can use my words to direct my outcomes. For example, in my food choices, I can use my words to direct my food choices to be either good for me or bad for me. What am I speaking over my food before I take it in? Is it good for me or bad for me? My choice. When contemplating my outcome, I have choices with my words. The first choice is, do I speak? Do I even say anything? And my second choice is, what do I say? I have a choice with my words and a choice with my outcome. When we are okay with, well, a better word, and actually in alignment with our expected outcome, now we are motivated by benefit. motivated by benefit to craft a particular outcome within the framework of our choices. So I have 6 children. I've mentioned I have children in the past, and I have 6 children. I introduced choice at a very young age. I also explained consequences of particular choices. Just a quick story. I have 4 boys and then 2 girls in that order. So by the time there's 4 years difference between the youngest boy and my oldest daughter, by the time it was time to potty train my daughter, obviously the boys were a little older. When it was time to potty train, watching what she had seen her brothers do and choosing to be just like them, she chose to stand in front of the toilet to pee, insistent, truly, on standing like her brothers. So I know how these things work. And after explaining 2 different outcomes, she still insisted her choice would bring the result she desired. It didn't. And she was highly upset. In order to achieve her desired outcome, she had to make a new choice. Not wrong, a little messy, and an opportunity for an upgrade to her desired outcome. She became motivated by benefit. One very important facilitation question when I'm working with clients is it time to make a new choice? It helps move the needle every time. Is it time to make a new choice? Requires a yes or no answer. And at times I receive answers other than yes or no, giving me more insight into where the person is in their awareness, their consciousness, and their process. When we wake up our consciousness to new possibilities, just by asking the question, is it time to make a new choice? Then we can consider a new choice. We move out of our autopilot fog and wake up to new options, literally new outcomes, motivated by the benefit of our new choices. Where does this fit in our emotions? Apathy keeps us in our same old patterns, getting the same old outcomes and wondering why we are stuck in the same old places. Apathy flips into consciousness, and we have ease and caring returning. When I hear myself say, that didn't turn out the way I expected, if I have experienced less than my desirable outcome, I can make a new choice. Or even if I say the opposite, that turned out exactly as I expected. If I experienced a less than desirable outcome, I can make a new choice. Autopilot words and autopilot choices bring autopilot outcomes. Same choices, same outcome. New choices, new outcomes. Every choice leads to an outcome. And as soon as we move from unconscious to conscious and wake up our choice options, we are immediately faced with a new choice. Our new choice upgrade lives in apathy and can flip into our ease and our care. We have the option now of choosing I can't or I can. I can't keeps us in the same outcome we have experienced so far. The words I can are our new power words for new choices. I can offers us a new outcome. And when we choose I can, we are motivated by benefit. the benefit of a new outcome, the benefit of our desired life. So Einstein, and I've used this example before, Einstein says doing the same thing again and again and expecting a different outcome is insanity. Okay. And in consciousness, making the same choices again and again, it results in the same outcomes again and again. What happens when we give ourselves permission to make a new choice? Like the Mission Impossible series, we may have to go through some stuff, and it's okay. New choices bring new outcomes. And at times, new choices bring negative Nelly to the surface to remind us why we have stayed in old choice syndrome in the past. It's possible we have invested many years living in our self-created status quo. So many years that the voices in our head and the cells in our body actually rebel when we make new choices and speak new words to create new outcomes. Our minds play back all the reasons we have made up in the past to remind ourselves our old path is easy and comfortable. So now what? Now we get to breathe and back up a step. We get to be gentle with ourselves and give ourselves permission to make a new choice. I give myself permission to make a new choice. And we still get to take the first step. Giving a child permission to cross the street does not automatically move the child from one corner to the next. The child still has to take the first step. And eventually, one step at a time, they move from one place to the next, motivated by benefit. In every moment, we have the power to choose the same stuff or to choose something new. Ask yourself, is it time to make a new choice? Is it time to remember the life of your dreams and be motivated by the benefit of a new outcome? Earlier, I said, we don't know what we don't know. And it's true. We don't know what we don't know until we do know. And when we do know, we even still have a choice. Until next time, love and blessings to you on your journey.